Hey fellow explorers, Dave here. Did you see the last video of my third discovery hike on the Paria Plateau? Oh, you should. I found so many points of interest at Frank's Recon, I decided to split the story into two parts. So here we're going to pick up where we left off. Now remember, none of what you're about to see has been documented or photographed before to my knowledge, and none of it is visible from any road or trail. So let's discover it together. In the last video, I was left standing at a remote point overlooking the Paria River Canyon. It's time now to head back and look for new things along the way. Well, here's a sublime view of Paria Canyon. Wow! Get an eyeful of this. Beautiful day, too. I could actually get closer to the edge, but it's been a long walk downhill in the sand already. I'm about 2.3 direct miles back to the car with only a little over a quart of water left, so I need to conserve my energy. Here's looking toward the route back. There's the ridge where I'm going to explore the domes along its base. There's that tall freestanding butte. So this marks the northernmost point I'm going to hike today. Now it's backtracking to the car, exploring as we go. We're heading now toward a promising ridge to the east of Secret Pocket. From a distance, it looked like it would have good formations. My first challenge, though, was to get across a deep canyon with colorful striped walls. There's a pretty good-sized canyon here. I was going to try to walk up it, but I couldn't find a safe way down. I think there's an easier crossing up ahead upstream. Over there is the amphitheater where we explored and photographed Secret Pocket. And now, there's this wall on the east side begging to be explored. Well, it's a good thing I didn't walk up the canyon. Here we're looking down the wash with its colorful cliffs, but at this point, directly below, there's a steep drop-off. I'm not sure there's a way I'd be able to climb up over that. And I can see several other drop-offs above it, so a good thing I bypassed those by just walking up here along the rim. Quite a view. And then up ahead are the formations on the wall that we're going to explore next. Okay, I've crossed that canyon, and now I'm up in this amazing country of cones and domes, twisted and contorted in all kinds of ways. Look at the possibilities here. Colorful mounds, all kinds of stripes and patterns and flakes and who knows what else. There's no sign that anyone's been down here. The only tracks this whole trip have been ours. So I'm showing this to anyone who's interested. I would think the Park Service would want to publicize this area because it looks like it has a lot to offer hikers and photographers. Come to think of it, I think I'll shoot some time-lapse video right here. When I made it to the base of the ridge, I knew I had found another great spot explorers would want to know about. A series of colorful twisted domes rises up the side of this ridge for nearly 3/4 of a mile. Their comical shapes suggested the name the Paria Puppets. Here they are, with the ridge providing the puppet theater behind them. Over yonder is the area we're heading back to the trailhead. I just shot some more time-lapse video for half an hour because the cloud shadows were good. Over there is the amphitheater of Frank's Recon's Secret Pocket that we explored. Down this ravine is where we saw the Paria River Canyon. And there's that large freestanding monument that looks like a lighthouse. Now we are at the edge of these domes that are quite amazing. They look very similar to the ones at White Pocket, but in rosy tan and beige colors. They're very extensive with a lot of potential for exploration, where you can find exotic rock forms that photographers love to capture. This is definitely a keeper here. We're about 1.7 miles from the trailhead. I may go up behind those rocks a little if I can, although I need to conserve my energy and water. So we'll see what we can see up ahead. I'm following an old cattle trail here. Boy, you gotta hand it to cattle. They're willing to go up steep, sandy slopes and scramble all over the place out here. They look like dumb animals, but they must have something together to be able to get around like they do. Anyway, take a look in the sunlight at these amazing cones here. Good examples of soft sediment deformation, cross-bedding, and the other characteristics of Navajo sandstone that make it so eccentric and amusing. At a couple of points, I climbed up the wall for a closer look. Here's what it's like up there, walking backstage among the Paria puppets. Now there's an eye-catching wavy feature. Maybe I'll call it the groovy wave. And if we go and look over this rise, we see more impressive domes. Here's getting a view out to the northwest with waves and swirls wherever you look. Big thin flakes too. So this is certainly an exceptional place. It has more subdued colors than White Pocket does, but it's the same kind of rock with the same geological features. I decided to come up one draw and get a closer look backstage inside the Puppet Theater. Here's the draw I came up. A bit of a steep climb. I'll probably have to sit going down. And over there is the other ridge, and behind that is Secret Pocket. Now I'm up in another draw, and I just dropped down into this area here. We're taking another quick view backstage among the Paria puppets, showing the opportunities for exploring and scouting, finding noteworthy geological features, and photographic subjects. These cones are a lot bigger when you're up close to them than they look like from afar. But since they're up high on a wall, you've got to climb a ways up from that sand wash to get to them. A young person with a lot of energy and a sense of adventure could have fun out here. Think of the possibilities for hide and seek. The base of the Puppet Theater is a sandy wash with exposures of slick rock. It makes an entertaining avenue for looking up at the Paria Puppet Show. I've seen 3 or 4 small potholes with stagnant water along this sand wash. Now we're working our way up the stream bed. There are domes all the way along the left wall here. They're pretty high, so I'm not going to climb up there now, but some future day, an explorer like me, maybe we'll find something phenomenal up there. This path is partly sand, partly rock, as we move south back toward the trailhead. Look at this sheer wall here in the stream bed. It's just a little farther up from where the last take was. We're 1.37 miles from the car, according to my GPS, and we just hit an obstacle that I'll have to climb around. Gotta watch drop-offs in these stream beds, they can surprise you. But I think I can make it over this one with some careful scrambling up this wall. Okay, I made it up that steep wall without too much trouble. I wanted to spare you the blood and sweat, but anyway, curious rock formation there. Boy, look at those beautiful clouds today. Sure had a great day for hiking. Now we continue along this wall of cones and domes. It stretches up to the top of that ridge over there. Still no tracks except mine and the cows. There's a surprise around every bend. A lot of the features that people, hundreds of people, maybe thousands, go to Coyote Buttes to see, you can see right here, outside the permit area for free, if you know where to go. It's hard to beat Coyote Buttes, of course, for beauty and the striking colors and variety of features there, and White Pocket is certainly first class. I was there at sunrise this morning, but I'm mighty pleased with what I discovered out here. Look at those funny-looking rocks up there. Your imagination can go wild with the different characters you can picture in the Paria puppets. Each one seems to have a personality of its own. In places, this Navajo sandstone turns crusty, as if it was bent or twisted, and then became harder than the surrounding rock. It doesn't seem to erode as easily, and so it forms all these weird shapes. We're about 1.2 miles from the trailhead now. I didn't even know the sand wash was here from the other side of the valley. It starts getting steeper ahead, so I may have to climb out at some point and just follow the GPS back, but fantastic crusts in this area, and more domes higher up the wall. Here's a good-sized pothole with a wall behind it, a striped wall. I saw some motion in the pool. I thought it was fish at first, but it must be tadpoles or insect larvae. They're going to have a short life, lay their eggs, and return with next year's rain. Mammals rely on these water holes too. During the hot summer months, I'm not sure if there will be any water left here. You find these in the desert in many places. We had a good rain yesterday that undoubtedly filled this one up. So this has been a scenic, natural avenue to hike along. I'm going to have to climb out, though, somewhere, so we'll pick it up later. Having fun today. I scrambled up to the prairie where I found more animal-like shapes, like an owl, a turtle, and a lion. A little farther ahead, turning around, I had a big panoramic view of the Paria Puppets Ridge on the right and Frank's Recon Grand Viewpoint on the left, behind which is Secret Pocket. Isn't this a great place? It's not hard to get to at all. And you start finding good things after just a little over a mile of walking on fairly level ground. But I think I see rain coming, so it's time to get back. I'm about 3/4 of a mile back to the trailhead. Over there is the ridge we explored first, discovering Secret Pocket behind it. Then we came back along this wall, exploring what I call the Paria Puppets. Way down there is the Paria Canyon where we stood near the edge. We're finishing up the Frank's Recon adventure now. There's no way I could see everything in a day, so I left plenty of room for future explorers to find more incredible rock formations out here. Is this a great country or what? I mean, ordinary citizens can still discover new things in the good old USA. Maybe you will be next. Looks like we may get some more rain like we did around this time yesterday. So getting back to the car at this time is a good idea. In another 6/10 of a mile, I should be there. There's the sound of my GPS waypoint manager letting me know I'm back to the car. Not exactly Looney Tunes there, but hey, a refreshing sound of the wilderness. Well, this was a terrific hike out here on the Paria Plateau today. It's national park country out here, and it's a huge area, at least 400 square miles. But most visitors know only about White Pocket or North Coyote Buttes. They rush out to see the wave and take a picture, and that's all. It's the same way at Yellowstone, you know. You run in, take a picture of Old Faithful, run out, and think you've seen Yellowstone Park. But I tell you, this is a vast area, and few people have explored it. I think it's sad that there's not more of a spirit of adventure in many people these days. Some have it, you know. Michael Kelsey is an amazing guy who comes out here and hikes all over the place. Hikes all over Utah and Arizona and writes up descriptions of them in his books. But he's a rare breed, and he doesn't even mention these 4 sites that I found. So I'm sure that there's a lot more out here just waiting to be discovered. There were 2 other discoveries I made on this trip that are worth noting. I didn't shoot any video on those hikes, but I might narrate the photos sometime. One was an all-day hike to a rarely visited spot north of White Pocket called Wolf Knoll. The other was a short and easy hike, if you know where to park, to a striking outcrop of white sandstone I named Spider Butte. As I left Frank's Recon and began my drive home, I was treated to a glorious sunset on House Rock Valley Road. That's it for this episode. Watch for more new discoveries on the Paria Plateau. Okay, we're on the narrow part of this tip of the tongue. Oh, wow, look at this. Fantastic. Oh, man, what a day. Wow, look at that. Hallelujah.